I'm Yaron Burgin. I've been working in the tourism industry, travel industry for almost 18 years now. I started as a traveler. I love traveling. This is my biggest passion in life. I started to do it alone and then later with my wife and now with our girls. So whenever I can, I will be on the road. As a entrepreneur and manager, I established Abram Tours and Hostels, a leading travel company in Israel, the Middle East, and now also in the Philippines. Together with the four other founders, I've been the CEO of the company since 2010 until early 2022, growing it from basically from scratch up to a large business with four hostel locations and a tour company doing day tours, multi-day experiences and transportation services serving 100,000 travelers each year. Since I stepped down as CEO, I willingly. So first of all, we went on a long trip for 8 months around the world, which was wonderful. And since then, I've been working as business consultant, mentor, and project manager on various travel, I would say, travel related businesses, both in Israel and internationally. I'm doing a big project for the Israeli National Parks Authority in the last 18 months, a big changeover of systems and reservation systems and totally a different way of operations. On top of that, I've been consulting some hospitality business in Israel, and I've been involved with guest focus for the past 16 months. Also doing various business development or one-time strategic positioning programs for various companies. It depends. We started as a very small company doing tours only in Jerusalem and neighboring areas. And we managed to create really good experiences with great reviews. But in the first few years, we were not profitable. And we invested a lot in creating a great brand and invested in the content. But it took us a while to understand how to make it into a business that is also leaving money on the table at the end of the month and the end of the year. So some of the lessons that we've learned, for example, is okay, once you recognize a good product, try to capitalize on its success. Try, if you have 2 departures a week, make it 7 departures a week. Try to have few departures a day. Try to sell it at the right price at the right time to the right customer. For example, since the early days, we started implementing various pricing, variable pricing. So it's not full automatic variable pricing, but definitely we're not afraid to try to sell the same experience to different people at different times in different prices. And it worked really well. And it really helps you to capitalize on the demand in certain times. On the other way, to sell in maybe different prices, maybe lower when it's quiet, but still, get the system running and not lose your team or guides or drivers when it's low season. I think that we also learned a lot over the years about how to manage a big team of suppliers, subcontractors, and drivers and guides. We were working with dozens up to, I would say, 100 subcontractors, guides, drivers, specialists. They are working with many companies, but we managed to get them to be connected to our values, our experience, and to the Abraham brand. They were loyal and they were happy to work more with us than with other companies, the ones that we thought are the best and are unique. So we made them our own employees in many cases. And I think one of our big success over the years was to have the best people working with us for years, not leaving us, just staying along and to keep the turnover down. So this is a big challenge for any tour company, and we were quite good doing that, creating also an internal bonus scheme, which was something unique to us, that we did a lot of experience, how to find the right bonus scheme and incentive plan for the guides and for the drivers. I enjoy working with different types of tour businesses, whether they are small, medium, or large, whether it's a day tour or it's a multi-day, whether it's private or tailor-made or even a DMC. I had the privilege of working with all of these types over the last year and a half with guest focus members. What I mostly like is to work with owners that are open, that are flexible to new ideas, and they are willing to try it. Everyone are very, very occupied with the day-to-day tasks, and running a tour business is a massive challenge, which is an ongoing. But if you are open, if you're joining guest focus, do it in order to improve, do it in order to make changes and try new things, or to try again stuff that you tried before and didn't work, but to do it maybe slightly differently. I like to work with these people that are open to changes, new ideas, and are ready to implement it and go deep into the heart of the business and in order to make it better. I believe that having the experience in a company that have grown from very small size to a very big size helps me to understand also other businesses that are on the way and to identify in which step of the way they are at in order to recommend what is the next step, whether it's too early or whether it's too late to do something. So I believe that I have this experience, and I think with some members already in guest focus, I had the privilege of helping them to take the next step, whether it's hiring a general manager, which is something that a lot of business owners are very afraid to do, how to pick one, how to train one, and how to walk as an owner, becoming the owner and not the manager that you used to be. So this is something that was a good process that I had with one of the members. Another process is to identify which areas of the business the owner needs to focus on and which other areas he needs to delegate to other people and just refrain from intervening. And another aspect of the business that I'm quite strong at and I like to work is connecting the numbers to reality. So a lot of owners, they have hunches. They feel what is right or what the customers would like. I always ask again and again what the numbers are saying, and let's check the numbers and then make the decisions. I'm not saying let's ignore the gut feeling. I'm just saying let's take both and then make the decision. It's hard, sometimes really hard, to see the big picture. Everyone can tell you what's going on in the tour next Monday or next month and which restaurant are we going to visit and what do they specialize at. But to understand the big picture of the business, where is the money coming from? Where are the bigger costs? Where are the products that are more profitable? Or what is the place that a small change can make a significant change in the bottom line? So in order to see it, you need to see the big picture and not just dig into the small details. And this is something that I enjoy doing, and I had a few good processes with some of the members to see the big picture, grasp the data, and then make big decisions for the business. As I mentioned before, I'm a big believer in communities. So I established the Israeli Hostel Association 17 years ago, and I was the general manager and the chairman for many years. I'm still part of the board. In the tours industry, me and my partner were among the first to join Arrival when it was established, and I'm still attending every year the Arrival events, and I also had the privilege of being interviewed a few times there. I spoke at several online Arrival webinars and other events, for example, of Stay Wise conferences and Hostel World conferences, and being part of a few panels on stage, whether it's in Israel or in Europe, in various travel conferences. I like new challenges. So I enjoy the most when a member is posing a challenge that I didn't encounter before, because there is something new to learn, not only for the member, but also for me. And I love learning. I enjoy the challenges and solving them together. It's really hard being a tour business owner. You need to understand in marketing, in operations, in managing a team, in systems, in finance. There are so many areas that you need to be the best, and you cannot ignore them because you are the owner and you need to solve whatever issue is out there. There is no reason of doing it on your own. There are people to learn from, and the problems and the obstacles are quite identical. You'd be surprised, between two businesses around the world. And we are here at Guest Focus, team of professionals that can share our knowledge and experience, and together to find the best ways to solve your challenges and problems.